Never thought I would do this. Okay, so he's right. We stopped at an airport called Heathrow. Worst airport ever. I call it death row. But seriously, it was bad. But first and foremost, I'm sorry, I'm kind of nervous. First and foremost, Israel is like another world compared to here. It's a culture shock. And everyone drives crazy, and it's a big honking city. And everyone eats falafel every single day, and they put french fries and falafel in the same pita bread and eat it. It's weird. We ate that like every single day, but it was really good. But I slowly started growing on their different ways. It was really cool to experience such a different culture. I got to see and meet people from another land that I never thought I would meet. On the way there, the flight was like 20 hours. It felt like 20 hours long. And my family made me sit away from them on the second flight there because my seat was in front of theirs and all of them sat behind me. So I had to sit next to a random person. And it was actually a girl about my age. And we sparked a conversation on the way there. So instead of playing on my phone, I got to talk to a girl. She said she was Arab. And I think she was a Jew, or I don't know, but I don't really remember. But we were talking for like 3 hours, and she told me all about Israel and their culture and the cool places. And actually, she gave me a lot of insight before the trip about like the Dead Sea and stuff. And it was cool talking to someone she had never been to the USA before. And that's when I realized that I fell into the trap of the whole world runs like the U.S. Everyone, like everywhere, like it's like, no, it's not like that. Israel is completely different from the U.S., and I was completely blind about that. And meeting her was like, it opened my mind a little bit, and it was really cool. And it was really cool to meet someone like that. But Israel, going there, I will never forget. It will always hold a place in my heart, and it changes you. Even though you don't think it is, it's going to change you. And if I'm going to be completely honest, a while it just felt like a regular trip. Like going there, it was really cool seeing the places, walking in Jesus' footsteps, and it just felt like any other trip for me at first. Now, towards the ends of the days going there, I was like, wait, we're in another country, we're in Israel. Like, this is crazy. And I actually fully felt changed by the time we got back and was on the plane ride back. I was like, I'm completely different. Like, it's that break from normal life in Israel changed me, and spiritually and mentally. And I'm not a really big history person, and I hate school. Like, actually. And I really don't pay attention in class. Actually, all senior year, I fell asleep in like all my classes. Because I would run right before going to school, and I would be tired, so I would just go to sleep, and then I have to go to work after. But I never paid attention, and that's why my grades were always bad. So it was kind of hard for me to pay attention at some of the places. But I would go off. So we would have the earphone in our ear, and we'd be listening to them talk. And it was hard for me to follow, but I would get pieces of information that I really liked. But I had my camera, and I took pictures of everywhere we went. I took 3,000 pictures of cats, like the churches, the temples we went to. It was really cool. It was lit. It was really cool. And when I look back at those pictures, I feel like I still remember being there in that place and what feeling it gave me, like feeling like the walls and like what it really felt like walking in Jesus' footsteps. Like, it was crazy. I'm really glad I brought my camera because I will always remember. I don't even have to, even if I didn't have my camera, I would still remember being there. And it was really cool. And I feel more connected to God because I was literally walking where Jesus was, and it was amazing sailing on the Sea of Galilee. Even though it's a lake, they lied to us. I thought that was really cool because you hear stories in the Bible all the time about, like the one he was just talking about. Like walking on the water, and I was there, and it was really cool. And honestly, I really did not want to come back. Our second hotel wasn't as good as the first one, but it was better than being home and working at Chick-fil-A, like the same old life. And it was like, I didn't want to come back because I was having so much fun. And I dreaded coming back home towards the end of the trip because, yes, I wanted to go home and sleep in my own bed, but at the same time, it's like, come on, I don't want to go home and go back to work. Nobody does. And it was just really fun. It was fulfilling. And when I arrived back, I was sad it ended, and I was really not looking forward to work the next day, which we landed, and then I slept for a few hours, and then I had to go to work for 11 hours. It was horrible. But that's Chick-fil-A for you. They need me. But when I woke up that day, I actually woke up really early. I went to sleep at I think we got home at midnight. I woke up at 5:30, and I could not go back to sleep. But I felt different. I felt like God had opened my eyes a little more. And I could see the path he was laying. I know this sounds crazy, but I was more open. I was thinking more. And my grandmother actually gave me a book to read. I hate reading, but I'd read the whole book. And it was a good book, and it really opened my eyes. And I feel like God placed, it's coincidences. I feel like God placed that book and the trip for me, because I'm changing right now, because I'm about to move on in the future. I just graduated, and I think this trip really opened my eyes a little bit. And now I'm a little more confident in myself. Not right now, because I'm nervous as heck being up on this stage, But I'm more confident in what I want to do in the future. And Israel was probably my favorite trip ever. And I needed that time as a break from normal life. And it was an awakening. My eyes are more open now, and I'm more confident spiritually. And now when I'm reading the Bible, I can be like, yeah, I've been there. Guys, I've been there. I sailed on the sea of the lake. And I can say that I've walked in the path where Jesus walked. And it was really fun getting to know you guys, and I'm really glad I got to get closer to this guy, my dad, my real dad. I'm just kidding. Jesus is my real dad. But no, I'm really glad I get to know y'all. I know y'all are kind of old, and I'm kind of young, but it was a really good group, and y'all are pretty cool. I'm glad I got to go with y'all. So that's it.